Hello, hello. Look at this. Yeah. How we doing, guys? Let's get a link for everybody. Uh, how we doing? Wait a couple of minutes, see if we guys filter in, and then yeah. Actually, know what I'm gonna do yet. Gonna have a little bit of a chill out. See what happens. Let me know if the levels are okay and stuff as well as always. Oh, I haven't done in a while is random base, so let's just give that a go. I actually wanted to try a like super offbeat pick and base. So see if we can get something like that going while I'm waiting. Standard pick I know works. Shook it on. Um, what we feeling? Do I always do G? I always do G. Do F sharp. Subbing it. See what we get. Let's fix up the phase real quick. So loud. Do you know what? That's actually not too bad. I just work straight out of the box. Hello, hello. How's it going? Smooth. Oh yeah, nice. I got no idea what I'm gonna do yet. We're gonna go with something. Let's have a look at some sort of mid bases. I wanted to try some super offbeat. Hey dude, it's all good. I'm gonna try something super offbeat and see what we get. I wonder if that could work actually. Look at this bit. See what happens. The low cut this like really get out the low end of it, but I do this every time. Hit the wrong one. Not sure if that'll work or not, you know. I'm not sure, I'm not convinced. Delay kind of kills it. Ooh. That's so simple, but I actually can't even hate that. We'll keep that. You know, I'm actually going to bust these as well. There's unless I want it to do something different, I'm going to go with this as the bass bus. For now, just see what we can make. I actually quite like that sound. I'm not making French core. Get out of here. Ooh. I know what that was done. It's kind of dark, you know. Got a nice little pump to it. But it needs more. See what else there is. You know, if it's got French core kick, you know, that'll be hideous. Imagine. Get out of here, saggy. Oh. Why does that kind of work? Thing on top of my chest, Minimeters, which is a program Direct made. It's on itch.io, like 10 quid, but it's just a load of metering tools that you chuck the Minimeter server on your master chain and it give you spectrum, spectrogram, oscilloscope, stereo scope thing, which I can't remember the name of. There you go. Stereometer, LUFS meter, spectrum, waveform, spectrogram, and oscilloscope. So you just get a quick view of all your tracks at the start. That's not grooving right. Oh, I actually really like the attack on that. Now, if I could get some other knocky thing to knock with that, that would be perfect. And that would almost be, that would be a bass. Done. That would actually work kind of nice. Let's see if we knock. Is that even? Let's see. If probably shouldn't even use it. I'm just using this for the sake. Right, this is going to have to be super quiet in the mix, but. I almost don't want that to be sustained. I wonder if a kick. Maybe not. We go to something I know for this one, I think, actually. Hold up. Not the one I was thinking of. Because every time I've got a harp on them. It's almost like a psi bass, but half psi, half sustain. Like, actually kind of nice. Now let's see if we can do something to it. That sounds okay. You know what? Let's call that bass one, and then let's make another bass. Do it here. Bass 2. Hey Matthew, how's it going? I'm doing pretty well, thank you. How are you? I might actually dedicate the sub elsewhere, to be fair. That would have made sense, wouldn't it? Just going to stay the same. Minutes. Yeah. Let's still go with the same theme. Fire. Yeah, it's been a while, right? I've been slacking. Been busy doing music, just not YouTube. Always the way. I suck at keeping up to date with YouTube, I'll be honest. It's not my finest moment. But I'm still about. I'm just going to keep making basses until someone asks me anything else. Go more like sustained bass this time, should we? Go with a random bank. We are just making whatever. I'm not writing anything in particular. I'm just it's just pretty chill Q&A. So I'm just vibing, doing nothing, unless someone wants me to explain something, show them something, or yeah, I am at your beck and call for a little while. So if you've got any questions about anything production related or hardcore related, yeah, this year hopefully the songs will be bigger and better too. Obviously, Human came out Friday. That's it's been nice. Been seeing some feedback on that, which is lovely. And then there's 5 other songs in the pipeline that are either done or nearly done, or awaiting signing and stuff. So that's what I have written at the moment. I need to write some new stuff. So I'm hoping this year is going to be a year of more music. I spent a lot of last year writing and not a lot of releasing. Yeah, let's have a look at what we got in here. Phase is ruined on that. Five more songs on top of Human, yeah. So hopefully there is, there's another song with Wonderful out there somewhere, which hopefully finds a release this year too. So big shout out. I feel like there's quite a few. I've noticed going through some of these sound banks that there's quite a few default factory bank sounds in these. Oh, that's a very top endy. That needs to be taken off, but a bit too much. A mix and master kind of tutorial. I actually thought about doing one a few months back. I think, I don't know if you're still here, Wonderful, but might remember there was a song there was an EP he released, and I did the mix downs on it, and we were going to turn one of them into a video where I basically took the original stems and mixed it down again. So it was a video idea for a while. I haven't gotten around to it yet, and it kind of just passed. And now the song's obviously been out for quite a long time, so it's not really remained. But I would like to do one. Definitely. Sorry, I have messages. I feel like I'm really trying to experiment with really random sounds, and this one sounds kind of cool. With a different kick. Oh, cool sound. phase, killing me. I've never understood why so many base presets have like random phase or free running phase. It really. This has got a phaser on it as well, which is not helping. Wait a minute. Oh. Didn't get that one right, did I? No, that's still phasing like anything. That must be to do with the unison density, I think. Still useful, but I'd have to bounce it. Oh, I'll tell you what, that's kind of almost... Don't want delay on there. Really offbeat. Again, random phase killing me off there, but I'm doing. It's got a cut off opening, yeah. Some of these are so simple, but kind of work, you know. I wonder if I can just actually go back to that original base and layer it up with some random groovy bits. Let's see what happens. Wait. The sub has that on it. Get rid of that. We've got any cool acid in here. If there's any new ones. Just kind of like the sound though. It's really not. Quite a cool sound, but really not what. Could almost just do that rising over the bars, like in almost like a trancey way. Probably works quite well. Hold on me. Oh, do you know what? Actually, do that with a trance gate. Standard trance gate. Not a 2-bar one. I think they got a trance gate in it somewhere. Please make it so that I don't have to manually do it. I need that without the filter actually. Bypass when playback is... Ah. Not like that. I actually think I wanted 8. Not what I expected. kind of works, you know. See what that sounds like. Especially if you add it over time with a phaser. Doesn't have. It is not working how I was hoping. I wonder if we can do a different phaser. Kilohertz as a phaser. Not really what I had in mind. Kind of wanted to do a phasery thing, but I actually kind of want it to just pitch. Keep pitching this. Scratch. What the? Scratch. Tape pitch. Here we go. Restarting the pattern. Hold on. This is not working how I was hoping. We'll do it the manual way. On the pitch bend. Oh wow, I did it on bend up. I did not know that had an event. That's mad. I'll have it really quiet. Let's just get it on pitch bend. I don't want it on bend up. I don't even know if this is going to work, you know. Oh, it's because it changed that's bend up. I was going to say that's the wrong event. There we go. Oh, actually, let's do pitch down and up. Why not? See if this. Almost. I don't. It does not do the pitch is what I want at all. I'm actually not feeling the acid at all. No, we'll go a different direction. Oops. I'm actually going to save this while I remember to, because I do want to probably chuck this in. Because I quite like the bass. I might use the bass for a track somewhere. Nice bass. Let's try a little bit of trance percussion. You know, we're going to actually use percussion. That's probably not going to be the key, but we're going to open that as a slice X and chop it. Oops. Wait, I haven't done this in so long. Give me the chop button. Where's the chop thing? You do it. Auto slice. There it is. Medium auto slicing. Nice. Right. Now we get to use it like this. Oops. Don't know why this is under acid, but I want to see what it sounds like. I'm trying random things. We'll see if anything happens. Yeah, I decided another thing I want to do this year is at some point I'm probably going to do an updated kick-bass tutorial because I do it quite a bit differently to how I used to. My leads also changed over time, but it's fairly similar to how the 2023 video was, but it has changed, but not substantially. Maybe towards the end of this year I'll do another video on that. I don't like to just release the same 2 videos every year, but I don't know if anyone wants a breakdown of any of the recent songs. I don't know if that's of interest. I mean, I can open up some projects if anyone has anything they want to see or any sort of sounds or things or ways I did things in any song. Let me know and we can open the project and have a look. That needs to be higher, otherwise I could use it. It's crazy how that changes the groove so much. But I'm gonna run with it. It's a really weird sounding thing, but none of these tickling my fancy at all. That kind of has a little bit of a snap to it. Yes, it is millimeter. Or millimeters. Also, hey Vinny, how are you doing? All these are too weighty. I don't want anything that weighty. Look at delete that. Fill at the end, why not? Wish I had any direction here. Took a shaker on the offbeat. Like really quiet. Take off the sub here and then put it back in. I'll be honest, this sounds terrible. The only thing I like about that is the bass. I think the percussion kills it a little bit. I love this thing to do. This is a cool, groovy tip from me. You alternate no sub and then sub. It gives you this really cool groove, where it kind of almost sounds like it sucks up again before the next bar. It's a good one. I've done it quite a few times in sort of, I don't know how many songs. But yeah. Well, I got that saved anyway. Let's see if we can get something else going. What else have I got in here? I don't even know what ID is, but oh, this was trance. I remember. Some trance stuff. I didn't even mean to open this, but might as well have a look. This is what I've been doing in my hour of struggling to make music. I have not got ozone on this, no. But yeah, I did that the other day because I had no ideas. There's some melodies. I suppose we could see. We could have a look at something else. Anyone? Anyone got any suggestions? What we should have a look at? I mean, human's pretty fresh in the memory. We could have a look at human. If anyone wants to see how any of that was done, let me know. Or I can. You want to see human? Okay, dokie. Uh, there's a few bits of bobs in here. This I think is in playable state. I can show you at least how long my side of it took. I can't remember how long. I think Wonderful spent a good 3 or 4 days on it, maybe. Um, but I don't know if he's around to confirm or deny that. I think it was around about that. It's taking a while because of all the stems. And it's probably not going to be in. Probably going to buffer a load. But anyway, here is human. Let me turn off ozone because the mastering chain doesn't need to be there. This is how long human ended up in the end. It's about 70 tracks. It's a mix of stems and added stuff. It is a beauty. Yeah, here we go. So, yeah. Is there anything in particular you guys want to know about human, or do you want to just uh, see it for what it is? I mean, I can run you through anything. Yeah, just let me know. Fairly open about these things. And if you want to see what kind of went into the collab, I don't think I have the original demo. I don't know if he's handsome. I don't. I've not. He's. There's no picture of him in the door. I need to put mini meters on as well because this. I didn't have mini meters when we wrote this. So chuck that on. You might. Okay. If you do, send it over. And because there was. I basically originally started that Wonderful had. I think the vocal was still always there, but we basically had a breakdown, a completely different mid intro drop, and then he couldn't come up with a melody for it, and I had a melody in my head when I heard what he sent. So I kind of went from there pretty much. I'm also going to post this in the old 170 chat because I don't know if anyone wants to see. Uh, oh God, here we go. Revision 1. Yeah, right. I'll bring this into the door. Let's have a little look. So this is the original track. Let me make this quieter so we don't blow everyone's eardrums off. I can't remember if it was mastered or not, to be fair. It's the very first demo. Oh god. Yeah, we're showing all of the good stuff here. So this is what originally... Is it not? Oh, the waveform looked pretty beefy, so I apparently do have that in my downloads folder still as well, by the way. So there we are. But yeah, this is the original version of Human before all of the changes, and then I'll show you a bit of the current version, I suppose. So this is what it started as.
Saw ghosts from my past, I'm haunted. Record plays in my mind, I'm lost. Try to stay as the years they fly by. Let them fade, but it breaks my heart. All I wanted was to live my life right. Leave my demons in the dark of night. Never thought
we swapped out the kick.
Finding heaven's been a hellish fight. I'm human.
Oh yes, you went like full 80s, and I was like trap. I think we need trap. Yeah. Ooh. It's almost the same feel though. Yeah, I mean it's not. It is reminiscent, right? It's definitely still there. The identity's the same. Yeah, no, it's not. I mean, it is a lot different, I would say, especially mix-wise, but... And also the bass, this bass, I think got scrapped. It didn't even make it to the end. Yeah, and then we went straight to a breakdown. It completely changed to how it ended up in the end. I think we tried to work with the bass at the start, but it was such a messy bass that it just didn't work out in the end. But yeah, the melody originally was different. I think the breaks were, for the most part, kind of similar. But yeah, I don't know if I have the original melody anymore. It was the melody that changed, but I don't know if I have the old melody. Oh, I do have the old melody. So that was it. It pretty much didn't even have a drop originally. And then obviously we changed out quite a lot, so if I play it, we start fairly similar. There's a few little ear candy pieces. There was this effects snare, which was actually just I think with nothing on it. It's just this. But I supermassived and microshifted it, so it sounded like. And then with the fade in on the crossfade, you get this, which sounds completely different to how the original sample sounds. But then in context, it kind of tones in with a. I don't know what it doesn't actually clash with anything, but it almost sounds like a clap, even though it doesn't sound like a clap. It sounds like a double hit, even though it's not. Let me go back to the original as well. Was the guitar originally in here? No. We never had the guitar, or the guitar's so low in the mix you can't hear it. Yeah. And then the biggest switch up was definitely going into I'm gonna struggle to play this now, but Yeah, this definitely had quite a lot of changes in it from the original, which ended up as this.
I'm human, so human. Lord knows I try to get it right. I'm human.
The overall drum arrangement's the same, but the samples were swapped out.
I'm human, so human. Lord knows I try to get it right. I'm human.
So it was less bright. It was a bit more dark in tone because it suited the track better. The hats was actually just a trap. I think I just got it off a splice. It was a trap hats thing. Just because I was being lazy, to be honest. And then you've got the rolling bass as well as the 808. Which on its own sounds really weird. And then the 808. Exactly. The acoustic kick. It's fairly simple. I got the little accented flourish on the end because just a drill. And we have the drop claps leading in. Obviously, there's the piano with the reverse. The arp. The arp adds so much atmosphere to the track. Then we've got the guitar. And you start to see how all the layers like really shape it into the atmosphere. And then you've got the pad as well, which just gives it a little bit more fullness. And you've got the downlifters and the crashes, and then the ambience, which I can hear that. I don't know if anyone else can, so let me solo that quick. It's really low in the mix, but it just gave a little bit extra texture, which was really nice. And then we had the tom fill in the middle. Obviously the vocals, the harmonies and the echo.
Lord knows I try. Lord knows I try. Lord knows I try to get it right. I'm human, so human. Lord knows I try.
And then, yeah, there's a lot there, but we move on. Whoa, I forgot the other one was still there. So this has changed quite a lot from the original, because originally we had this.
Lord knows I try.
And it had a really weird high pass filter, big high pass filter on it. And that basically turned into was it? I think I had a stem, the sub-sweep stem, this. Which sounds absolutely hideous on its own, to be honest. I don't remember what we did to this. I just low cut it and chucked a load of saturation on it. And then an R bass. But the flourishes I did on this were slightly different, so this came from the original. So these are the original stems that Wonderful sent, I think, was, and the kick's the same, but obviously the kick we changed out to something different. It's actually kind of cool because I don't think you could hear that downlifter in the original. Oh, you can. It's really quiet. But yeah, I layered in the sub and the reverse bass that we were adding to. So the sub just added. The sub's more like felt than heard, but it gives you that impending thing that's going to happen. And the reverse basses. This was ascending. Yeah, ascending bass notes. Is that even... I think that's supposed to sound like something. It's so quiet. Or like the pitch is so... Yeah, it's really, really subtle. Fair enough. And then there's the risers, and then I added these just extra percussion to kind of give you some. That's still similar to how I had it, and then we added an impact at the start. It's the synthwave fill. No, it's not. Oh, that is something different. I just added this in here. I added like these short reverses and crashes, so you get this like texture. Which will keep going up, apart from that one for some reason. And then it pops with a cowbell. So all together, you ended up with just random detailed bits, just to make things a little bit weird, and then it drops. So in here we got the original vocal chops that Wonderful did. I think I chopped it a little bit more, but I think it's mostly just the same as what I was sent. The percussion loops in the second half are the same. We added the talk in the second half. That was new, and the bass was new. The kick was replaced. The ride is the same. I think we redid the clap and snare as well. The clap might be the original. No, it's not. No, we swapped that out as well. But the bass actually ended up just being the if I just layer the bass and the sub here quickly. This is the original reverse bass with my dedicated sub I added. That was from the original. Apparently we did keep it. So that one from the first version you heard, I didn't even process it. Which I believe is this. I think I might have got you to export this an octave up. I think was what I did. Yeah, because it was too low. And then I layered it with this. Is an audio reverse bass 2, which was a bass shot from a trance pack run through Nimble Kick that just originally sounds like. Have a look. bass shot. It would have been C sharp 14. So this is the original sound. The original sample. Through the processing, it had just a boost in the 2.5K range. Sounds like this. Because it was filtered down. Oh, it just filled it up a little bit more. I know, like a extra tonal layer. It's almost like the original one has this extra harmonic in it that the other one doesn't. And then it opens up the filter every so often. And then on the second half, when the top comes in, opens up fully. It sounds really weird without all of the rest of the stuff going on. Out of context, that mix doesn't sound great. Oh wait, I think maybe the Endless Smile's killing it. Oh, and the sidechain effects. So crazy how I didn't make the talk. It's from the On Point sample pack. It's just one of the laser attack, and it's just pitched up 14 semitones. Processing wise, it is literally just dry, just volume balanced. Yeah, so I did not do anything. Sorry, it's pitched up 9 times, and then because I did manual pitching on this. This does have, yeah, this is parallel process, so it does go into a talk verb, which is just a massive parallel reverb and sweep on the reverb. So without this, it sounds like. And then I just added the reverb so it sweeps in. I think that was Wonderful's idea, if I remember rightly. Don't think I did it. Well, I did, but I think I was told to do it. I don't think I came up with it. Oh god, I keep doing this. And then we've got these random bits from the original intro as like accents here. So every time you get to the end of a bar, instead of having like a full-on fill, it's done like this. I think that's just used with the reverse in combination. It just gives you this really nice rhythm, I guess. And then apart from that, we still had the ambience laid through. White noise as well. And the white noise chops out on all of the fills as well, as do the downlifters. As does the crowd. And all the effects together. It's pretty much everything except the vocals now. Oh, we also have the piano reverse in here as well. Really quiet though. And then we obviously drop into the lead. I've done it again. And the lead is made up of 5 layers. It's processed in pretty much the standard way. It's fairly similar to my 2023 lead processing video. With the exception of, I don't know if I was doing the extra verb back then. I now run 2 reverb chains. I have one that's pretty much always active and one that's really heavily side chained. So you have kind of one for air and one for swell, basically. The actual lead was made up of these layers. So there's this character. And these barely even processed, to be honest. They just filled in there. And there's also the pluck layer that I added quite late, which is this one. This kind of almost has a pluck on it. Wait, what? Why does this have a pluck on it? Sound. Let me have a look at. I've not missed something here, have I? No. Okay. I'm going crazy. No, it's not. I was listening for the pluck, which is this layer. But I thought I could hear it through here. But I think this just must have like a pitch envelope on it that's just, yeah, it does. It's got a pitch envelope. 2 pitch envelopes. One is to make it less attacky and one is just, don't know. Yeah, it had something in there that I was hearing, but anyway. So it's made up of that layer, this layer. And then this. I really like this sound. And this is crazy because it's literally got delay and reverb on it. Free stack. So this has got reverb and delay, and then it goes into more delay and another 2 reverbs. But in the context of it, it just sounded quite nice. And then altogether it's... And here's a treat for you. This is the original lead, which never saw the light of day. I was called crazy. No. Copy that into it's the full stack. This was the original lead, and it was just a bit too quick. Hey, we're just checking out the old melody, which sounds crazy to me now. And then we move to... which definitely did work a lot better. I don't know if you caught the end of that, but I'll play it again quickly, just the stark difference. It's not too bad as a melody, it's just so quick. Well, you never said anything. And then the chords are also fairly simple, just made up of 2 layers. They're my standard chords that I've used. The same chord stack in a few tracks now, just because it works. True. Yeah, sometimes you just got to be put in your place, and that's how it is. So it's all good. I've just realised this has got the wrong polyphony in it. The release track has a mistake. That's depressed me. That. God damn it. Oh, I feel like I've done that before. That was set to 3, which means it was pot luck in the export, whichever chord it actually played. Yeah, oh well. This is what it should have sounded like. Oh well. Well, anyone tuning into the stream now knows that the song has a mistake. Yeah, exactly. It's all right though. Like, well, it's only on 1 layer. This layer was wrong. This layer was playing the full chords. It just means that you ended up with this. If anything, it just makes it sound like there's a lot more movement in the chords. It all still works. So it's kind of fine. We were just at the beck and call of whatever Silent decided which note to play. I mean, is what it is. So that's fun. Good to know that there's a nice issue there. Once again, the ARP and the pad and then the rolling bass was actually 3 layers. I'm quite surprised. What was that made up of? Secrets. Bass from Serum. 2 basses from Serum. Oh, listen to this. Okay, that's the standard one from... Oh, this is it, isn't it? Because this is the standard one from the verses. And then there's more attacky. Oh, I remember. Yeah, basically this was another sort of feedback comment at one stage where wanted it to be a little more of like a knocky present rolling bass. So I layered it up with these instead of that. Because it used to just be this. And that's a lot more in your face, you know? So that was added. And then we've got the rolling bass pitch bending out as well, which I really like. And then it pitches back up into the bass's rolling bass, the verse's rolling bass, which is cool. And in the mix, that sounds really nice as well. All right. And we go into the second break. This was an early decision from me where I basically just said, I don't want to drop here. I want to go from the mid intro, then introduce the lead, and then just go to another breakdown. Just because, I don't know, it kind of fits, and it also was more reminiscent of the original track demo. Well, I mean, the original track didn't have a drop in it at all, apart from that first mid intro, and it just went into the second break at the end without a melody at all. And when I had the melody, I just decided to kind of do the same thing because I didn't want to go mid intro, lead intro, drop, and just be like really standard. So I decided to just back out into another break. But the second break's a lot more energetic, I want to say anyway.
Sleep awake while my soul's been fading. Higher stakes than I bargained for. Try to shake all the hurt I'm living. My mistakes took my ass to war. All I wanted was to live my life right. Leave my demons in the dark.
CPU is struggling a little.
Never thought that I would lose all my
And then we go back into the drums in a much faster way here. And this was probably my favorite thing from the original demo, which was we get the rolling bass and the Reese going again. It was the synthwave line that ended up in here. This was really nice. I really liked the synthwave. Just really fits. This bit in particular I'm talking about. It's such a simple repeating like motif, but it really works in context of the track, and it also gave the second break a real good distinction. Yeah, I liked that it was a weird sound though. Kind of made it for me. The fact that it was weird. It sounds really good in the mix too. Oh, it's struggling. Should clean up on the drop. Gotta love the stock Spire presets. There's so many good factory presets. And that was the only difference. I think C. That's a C in both cases. Let's see. That's the same as well. I'm trying to figure out, sorry, I'm just trying to figure out why my chords are different. Got different versions of the chords in both places, but I actually think they're identical. I'm not really sure why. Oh no, they're not. These chords in the lead intro have the bass notes and these ones don't. That's the difference. Sorry. Thought I was going mad for a second. I was like, why have I done that? The drop, if we take out the leads and the chords and the pad and just leave you with the bass. This is how the bass ended up. This was just exactly the same actually. The dedicated sub, the original bass from the original track. I think you left, Wonderful, but the original bass we do still have in the track. It was here, and I got you to pitch it up on the first note. Was an octave down. It was like a low C sharp, and I was like, no, we cannot have a low C sharp. So I got you to bounce it again, and then we layered it in with the other bass we found. So yeah, I remember now. So if I took off all of everything, because I know some people like to know this kind of stuff. Here's the sort of the phase. I'll actually open it with Shaperbox 3 now because it's a bit easier to see. Here's the phase on the bass. This is where I play this, and it's actually really bad, and just didn't notice. No, we haven't an in-phase kick and bass, as you can see, which is good. No broken offsets here. And then there's the original bass. Which is so quiet, apparently. It just adds... Oh, it just adds, like, I think the third harmonic here. And then the main bass came from this. I don't know what we did with this. Shit. Reverse bass drop. Oh, okay. This actually has another extra layer. Interesting. Oh, it's actually just got a layered hardstyle kick from the Reddit pack. That's where the extra snappy thing is coming from. I was trying to work that out. It's this. I'm referring to this kind of like attacky layer. Well, also this was like kind of pushed hard as well. I was looking at that really scared then that I didn't know sub removal, but it's because the sub gets removed here. And this is some wild EQ on the actual bass itself. I mean, if you took off all the processing here, I need to keep the side chain on. That's what the actual bass was like, and then we took out the sub with this crazy EQ. Yeah, plus 7 dB on the 1.8. But the thing is, if you turn that off, you lose half the character of that bass that I wanted. So yeah, very sound design EQ. And it's actually automated as well. This is like 4 dB down from how it started out. When it started out filtered, it was really loud. Then it went slightly quieter, and then the drop at the end, it's even quieter again. So that's layered up with in the drop. There's actually quite a few things that you probably wouldn't expect to see here. The pad's probably the obvious one that you would expect to see. Just kind of fills out the spectrum. The ARP you probably don't expect to see. It is automated on volume to be quieter, but it's very quiet, but it is there. I've also only just noticed that I think that might be another mistake, you know. The filter starts a bar in. It's so like high passed here that you probably wouldn't. Oops, you probably won't notice it because it's almost fully open. But not sure if that's meant to be like that. I might have missed something and not dragged it back. There's like a. This is unique to the last drop. Oh no, it was used at the end of this second drop as well. It's just a perk loop that came with the stems from Wonderful. Again, everything else is, yeah, there. The bass is actually really loud here. Almost sounds too loud. I think when it goes through the master, it kind of squashes it a bit. I can't remember entirely. My mastering chain's really kind of simple, to be honest. It goes through to pre-master, which I don't actually do this anymore. Or at least I don't brick wall it, because it changes the phase too much. So I actually have it slightly softer on both ends now. I still have the cuts, but they're a lot softer on a setting. I have about 2 dB a game reduction on this Kotelnikov, which basically just does just a mastering smooth preset. It's a really tight low ratio. It barely touches it. Just at around about -2. And then output gains the 2 that you lost. It's just so that you get like a little bit of glue. And then in the actual master itself, it's just... I'm not going to turn it on because it'll blow our eardrums out. The EQ is not used. There's a dynamic EQ, which I think was actually just set with the Master Assistant. There's an exciter, which has just got two bands. I've got a small amount between 1K and 8K, and then I've got anything above 8K that's slightly higher. I've got an imager, which just ensures that anything under 100 hertz is in mono. The mid band has a 15% width increase, and the top band has a 30% increase width. It's actually on stereo eyes, but I don't remember. And then, yeah, I usually have these maximizer settings. What I used to usually go for. And when mastered, this comes out at about... I can't really play it. Oh, I could play it actually if we turn the master on. I mean, it's probably not going to work on the CPU side of things. It's probably not going to play very well, but the LUFS it comes out as is, yeah, 4.5 in the short term on the drop. You're just not really going to be able to hear it. So I'll turn that back off, but yeah. Minus about 4.5 LUFS a drop. Yeah. That's pretty much it. I don't know if there's anything else that... Any other questions anyone has about it. But that is how Human was made. The extended mix that you won't have heard unless you bought the song on Beatport. Sounds like this. I mean, you don't really need to buy it because you made it. I'm not sure you reply. I don't know if "stole's" the correct word. Unless it's sitting there saying that you made no input into the track, which definitely isn't true. You did have a lot of input into this. It would not have existed without the original demo. But no, there we go. I don't know if there's anything else. So, it's all thanks to it's all thanks to Joe Drake. Big shout out to Joe Drake, who gives all of his vocals away all the time. I don't think there's anything else in here that didn't actually see the light of day. There's the old chords, which are identical. They just... Apart from that, nothing. The 808 is literally a preset from Splice, I think. Which tied with the kick sounds kind of nice. I don't even think I sidechain this. Oh, it goes into the rolling bass. No, that's not sidechained either. Oh, it's just sidechained to it. Yeah, this doesn't even get sidechained to the kick. So this just... to be fair, it's got kind of its own pitch envelope on it. Yeah, it does. I was going to say, it doesn't sound like it comes straight in. Some 808s do. This one does not. It didn't need sidechaining. And then the last thing, this was, yeah, just under 16 hours of work. How I used R-Bass, yeah, it's on the sub bass as it always is, which is, this is my old sub bass chain as well, but I used R-Bass on the sub. I always use R-Bass on the sub. I don't think I use it this way anymore though. This is an old way, but... Oh, I bounced the sub as well. I was going to say, why does that sound wrong? Here's the sub. Let me turn that off. Yeah, that was that. I think it's just... Did I use it on the 808? I might not have done actually. No, let's have a look through, see what R-Bass is on. I can show you how it was used. Won't be on any of that. It's probably on both the kick and I use it on quite a lot of basses. The rolling bass, this rolling bass. What layer is this? Reverse bass 2. That is not what I meant. I was like, what is that sound? That might be used in the track somewhere. I think it was. Rolling bass 2, this one. Nope. Rolling bass 1? Yeah, this. This has got R-Bass on it. And it's doing absolutely nothing. I think it was at one point doing this. But in the end, because I added the other rolling basses in, it didn't end up getting... It ended up getting pushed like down in the mix, so it didn't end up doing anything. So that's just, yeah, that was pretty unused. R-Bass is used obviously there. It's always used on the kick. Every single one of my kicks has a combination of including R-Bass. And that without R-Bass sounds like just solo the kick. This is what the kick sounds like without processing and with and without R-Bass. This is also my old kick chain as well. I do actually do it slightly differently now. I use this. It would actually push the original bass in, so it would be more present. But in this bass, in this case, it's doing something, but very subtly. Disperser is also really subtle on this as well. And then the EQ on this kick. Because this kick's got a really, really weird top end to it. And I wanted it to be a lot cleaner. So a minus 6 dB of gain on pretty much everything except the sub of the kick. Yeah, it does distort really quickly, yeah. I pretty much, I mean, I can get away with putting it to about -4 on this kick, but I wouldn't. And then if you bring that in, you can't. Probably down to about -9, -10. But yeah, in this case, I pretty much always have it down to pretty low level. And then I play with the frequency until it gives me the... But this actually gives me, in hindsight, a better sound than that. But yeah, it's all a case of just trial and error, playing with it. I think the acoustic kick has it on as well. Usually does. Yeah, R-Bass is on here as well. Just and if R bass is not on. Just gives it a little bit more weight. I don't know if I can play it in context. You can hear how much more oomph that has. So I think that's the only 3 uses of it in this track. Actually, no, I tell a lie. It's going to be on. It's on the sub sweep. I'm a little bit surprised by that, but also not. So it's on this. And then I did a load of stuff to it, so it's not even affected anymore. And then I'm guessing it's probably on this Impact. No, I usually do have it on the Impact, so that's surprising. All of these normal things. Is it on this Impact? No. Okay. All the places I thought I'd used it, and I didn't in this song. So yeah, it's just used in those 3 places. It's mostly used on any bass element that I think doesn't have enough weight on its own, basically. An Impact, or yeah, just anything that's got a little bit of subby frequency that I want to make sure stays present throughout all of the devices it's going to potentially be played on. I open a new project, I'll show you quickly what my current sub and bass processing looks like. Sub and kick processing looks like, because it's slightly different to what I just showed you there. God, it takes a while to load, always. So if I grab a kick, pretty standard kick I've always used. This kick. Yeah, it's one of those. So this is like my current kick setup. So there's a few things to note here. It would help if I rooted it, but this is what it would sound like normally. Then I have a disperser, and this probably would change now. But this kick would probably have it somewhere around here. Like the sound of that. Then I have roughly this kind of EQ shape, but the important thing is I have Pro Q set to natural phase, and I do that for this reason. If you listen to the EQ, and if I put this on 0 latency, I always find, especially when I'm using it in tandem with disperser, the shape, if I go open this oscilloscope, when I use disperser before, and have this on 0 latency, you can see the tail end of it. In this case, it actually doesn't change, but quite often it changes. So I use natural phase to maintain the phase throughout, especially when you go to through R bass as well, which obviously hasn't been applied yet. So this is how it sounds, and then with R bass on as well. R bass just gives it a little extra thump, but if I then, this is going to just prove me wrong, because it always does in these things I do. It just stays the same. But yeah, I've had it in the past where natural phase always gives me better results when when trying to align the phase between the kick and the sub. And then my sub bass these days is extremely simple. It's just this. And if I just chuck on it's a very basic sub sound, and if I just chuck that in there, my sub consists of a Pro Q that doesn't do much, just low cuts, a limiter. The limiter is actually used for ensuring that the sub level stays consistent across all notes here, so just cutting off the ceiling so that if you go across all of these, you can see if I make this big, this is not helped, but you can kind of see each note plays at a different amplitude because the sine wave gets smaller or faster or slower depending on the note when it's at sub range. So I have this to make sure that it caps off and everything stays dead on the right volume. And then I have obviously my phase alignment, which is done in tandem with this to make sure that this changes. See, this is going a bit everywhere at the moment, and I think this would probably go more everywhere if I changed it away from natural phase, but I might be wrong now. No, it does. It's slightly different, but it's not that different in this case of the kick changing. You aren't ever going to get this. It's very rare that I manage to get this absolutely perfect, but you can usually get it pretty good. None of these are actually broken. There's just a couple that look a little bit wonky, but they're okay for the most part. But yeah, my bass processing is now very, very simple, especially with the sub. The problem I had before is I had a fair bit of saturation on it, and I basically swapped from having the sub bass add the harmonics for the sort of 100 to 300 hertz mark, and actually brought those frequencies in from the mid bass instead of the sub, and then kept the sub really clean. Kind of more just out of preference, and it just led to less mix issues further down the line. But apart from that, fairly similar. And yeah, my lead processing's changed a bit, but apart from that, everything's fairly similar to when I last showed it on a video. No. I don't think there's really anything else I'm willing to show you at the moment. There's lots of stuff in the works that hasn't been released yet, but yeah, I kind of have to wait for that to be released before I do any of that. I'll tell you what, we'll end this one with a bit of a hype thing, because I'm happy with how this is sounding now. So we'll end this with a short preview of the first, up to the first end of the first drop of an unreleased song, and then I'm gonna go to bed. So if you're still around, you get a little sneak preview. If you're not, then I guess you missed out. Here you go.
This empty house feels so strange. I thought we were on the same page, but life goes on, so just move on. Why does it feel like things will never be the same? It's hits me in the nighttime. When I'm thinking about you, I wanna be with you. It hits me deep in my mind. When I'm lying awake and I hate that I miss you. All the things we've done we can't take back. Guess it's time to face the facts that in my mind. When I'm thinking about you, I hate that I miss you. I hate that I miss you. When I'm thinking about you, I hate that I miss you.
There's your little sneak preview of something that's not out yet, but will be at some point this year. And one day you'll probably get to see how that one was made as well. But until then, thanks for guys for tuning in. It is one of my favourite melodies that I've written. Really hits the spot for me, and the second half of the song has a variation on it as well, which is almost even better, in my opinion. But who am I except the creator? So I'm always gonna quite like what I make. But anyway, thanks for tuning in. It's been a pleasure, and I will catch you in the next one. Cheers.